You ready?
Yeah.
Alright. On this one, we want to find coplanar. Coplanar means they exist on one plane. Okay? So I need 4 points, but 3 of them can't be on the line. So you could have 2 points on a line, but the other 2 points need to be off of the line. Okay? So like these two. Okay? That would be coplanar. Now, to give you an example of what something might be on the test, they might say non-coplanar, right? Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. So non-coplanar would be 3 points. So I could still use these, right? And I could still use one of these, but then I have to choose something off of that plane. It could be this, it could be this, it could be this, but it has to be something not on the purple. Okay? Now I could have used 3 on the green and 1 on the purple. Okay? So coplanar. 3 on one and 1 on another.
Dang.
I don't think your recording's on.
That sounds like a lot there.
Yeah, it's on. And then coplanar means 4 on the same plane. 4 on same plane. Okay? Alright, number 2. It's just like the ones we've been doing. Okay? Number 2 is just like the ones we've been doing in chapter 1. And that is, if I add this green piece plus this orange piece, I would get this purple piece. Okay? In other words, guys, focus. 2x, that green piece, plus 3x plus 6, the orange piece, should equal 46, the purple piece. And this is segment addition postulate. POS. Okay? Piece of shiznite.
Piece of shit.
Okay? So, think of postulate, any way you can get to remember it. We need to remember it. If it's segment addition, use segment. If it's angle addition, angle addition. And then it's all the same stuff from then on out.
What's the difference between segment, addition, postulate, and given?
And given? So, when they actually tell you, like remember in the one form where they just give you this, they don't tell you why it's that way, they just say, here you go. That's a given. Okay? So, with segment addition, you had to kind of extrapolate, right? You had to say, well, I know these add up to be this. That extrapolation is segment addition. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, and then you just do the math. All right? So, the nice part here is I can just take these x's and add them up. 2 and 3 is 5, right? So I get 5x plus 6 equals 46. Okay? Okay? And what is that called? We just simply put them together?
Simplify.
Simplify. Okay? Now we do our algebra, our SAD math. Subtraction addition first, right? Okay? So, subtract 6, since I do it to both sides, what is that called?
Subtraction property of equality.
Okay? This stuff should just be rolling, just like it is. Right? This shouldn't be a hard test. It really shouldn't. Okay? Alright, then divide, right?
Yeah,
divide by 5. X equals 8. Okay? And so I get step 4 was what property?
Division property.
There you go. All right. Now, if they ask you for AB, let's say that this is A and this is B, right? If they ask you for AB, then you have to state AB is equal to 2x. What is this? What is this?
Given.
Yes. This is huge. That's the difference between given and segment addition, right? It's just, it gave it to you. So given isn't always first in some cases, right? But in most cases, it's your first one, okay? But remember in our chapter 1, we've been using extrapolation to get them. Okay, so that's given. And then what do?
You substitute.
Yes. So AB is equal to 2 times x, and x is how much? 8. And you said that that is substitution. Okay.
AB equals 16.
And so AB is equal to 16. And what do we call that?
Wait.
Simplify. Okay. You're right. Does this seem kind of easy? Good. Good. I want this whole test to be easy. I really do. Okay? Now, this one. An angle measure is 20% more. So obviously I'm going to deal with this 20% more. Okay? And the other thing I got to deal with is 3 times the measure. 3 times the measure. And the last thing I need to deal with is the supplement. Okay? So let's think about the first thing. What is a supplement? Okay?
So you take for vitamins.
Huh?
That's what you take for vitamins.
Vitamins, good, good. But in geometry, okay, you have 2 things. You have what's called the complement, right? 2 angles that add up to be 90. Okay? And you have what's called the supplement, right? 2 angles that add up to be 180. Okay? Hint, hint. Nudge, nudge. For the test, you may have either one of these. Okay? So be prepared to do it the same way. Okay? So, we know it's a supplement. Okay? Then look at the green one. 3 times the measure. Right? So one of these is bigger than the other. Correct?
No.
Right? And when you say something's 3 times, then that's the bigger one, right? 3. If it was divided by 3, that would be the smaller one. Does that make sense? But it's 3 times as big. 3 times as big means it's bigger. Okay? So the one thing I'm noticing is I don't know how much either of these are. But I know that this is 3 times this. So if I let this be x, then how do I express 3 times this? And that would be 3 times x. Does that make sense? Since they're both unknown, but one of them's 3 times the other, right? I let x, or the unknown, right, be a variable, and then the other side is 3 times that. Okay? Now there's one last part. It's the red part. But it's 20 more than 3 times. So how do I express 20 more? And more means plus, right? Less would mean minus. Okay? So in this case, if it were 20 less, I would go minus 20. But it's 20 more, so I'm going to go plus 20. Does that make sense? And because it's a supplement, what does supplement mean?
Some kind of shit.
It's 180. right? If it were a complement, that would mean 90. Good. Okay? And that's the only difference. Okay? That's the only difference. So now we got to set it up. So I have 3x plus 20 plus x equals 180. And what lets me say that? Did they give me that, or did I extrapolate it? Did I come up with it? I had to come up with it, right?
No.
Yeah. All right. So, how did I come up with it? What's the main thing I came up with? What's the main thing that I used to get this? That it's a supplement, right? So it's really, I could say because it's a supplement, right? But what do we say instead of because? Definition of supplementary angles. Okay? It sounds all sophisticated. It's not that bad, though. Okay? If you guys, Eddie and Skylar, could actually do this, seriously,
She's just sitting there.
right? If you could actually do this, it will increase your score possibilities.
Increase?
Increase.
Yeah,
Increase your
That's
score.
what you said. Increase our score.
You said increase.
You said increase.
You're deaf.
No, I heard.
Alright, I can rewind it later where you can listen to it.
Yes, I heard.
But it can increase your score possibilities significantly. This vocabulary could make or break your score and make you either pass the test or fail. Yeah, you guys are making me cry. I'm very sad,
very sensitive.
very sensitive today.
He's crying because you made fun of him saying increase.
Yeah,
What's wrong with
see,
you?
Yeah.
see what you did?
Stop
Hurt his
making fun
feelings.
of my language.
You hurt his feelings.
I had to go to school for 3 years for my speech impediment. And now you're bringing all those years of being picked on back.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
He was all being serious.
Alright. 2!
Fuck.
What do we do?
Go on then.
Shit.
Actually, yeah.
Collect your like terms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, told you collect your like terms.
X and X, that's 4X, right?
That's like 3 X's. That's like a porno site.
Equals 180. Okay? Now what did we do?
Addition.
Simplify. Is that addition possible because it's not on both sides?
Yeah.
Right? It's on one side. That's good. People make that mistake every day. Okay? Alright, now what? Now it's back to SAT MEP. And when you know you got SAT MEP, you know you have property of equality, right? So, are we going to add or subtract?
Subtract.
Subtract. Ooh!
I guess.
Okay? So, what kind of property will that be then? Come on. What kind of property?
Subtraction, property, equality.
There you go. Alright, now what? Multiply or divide?
Divide.
Okay. And we get
Bless you.
x is equal to,
Bless you.
what is that, 40? Division property of equality. So what would the supplement be?
Yeah, that equals.
Oh.
What's the supplement?
Bless you.
If x is 40, how much is the other one?
29.
Wouldn't it just be 180 minus 40?
Yeah.
Which is 140. So you have 40 and 140, and those are your two supplements. Why though?
Oh, bless you.
Oh, gosh, this again?
Why? Why was it 180 minus 40? Because of what? Because it was a supplemental angle.
Yeah.
So definition
Sorry.
of supplementary angles. Okay? I cannot wait to show this to your parents.
Hey, I'm still writing all this down.
I know. I just know they're gonna love hearing you talk about sucking things.
Yeah, it is talking about 7D.
I can't. It's still on here.